Love yours. No such thing. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing. No such thing.
Hey y'all, and welcome to Makeup Therapy with Z. I haven't been here in a long time, and usually when I do makeup therapy, I do it and we like vibe out to the music, yada yada yada. But life is a lifing and things are a changing, so I decided that today and all the following makeup therapy sessions we're actually gonna talk about something, because one, I'm a yapper and not a capper. So I'm here to give advice for your life and mine, but today we talking about mine because I'm in the fire right now. I'm in the fire. I had to go get my phone stand because it's gonna get real. So get your popcorn or get your makeup. Get ready while I yap and you listen. And then you yap in the comments. Okay, cool. And do you see my gray hair? Wise woman. Advice from a wise woman. I'm only 24, baby. All right, so I got my notes ready to go. But let's get into this for real. Got my hair back, and I'm actually going to do my eyebrows first off camera. For some reason, I can't do them on camera, and I'll see y'all in a minute.
20 minutes later.
So it just took me like 20 minutes to do my brows, and this is how they're looking. I got my phone, I got my notes out, so it's time to get into this. And it's a little bit of a heavy topic for me because I'm literally going through it right now. I'm literally in the fire. In the fire, suffering. But let's get into it. We're going to be talking about realizing that you're the problem, because guess what? I realized that I was the problem. First, realizing that you're the problem always starts off with self-awareness. But like, I was aware that something was wrong, but I wasn't aware about what exactly was wrong. And that's usually how it goes with me. Like, sometimes I can be in a mood and be like, okay, I know I feel this way, but I don't know why I feel this way. 80% of the time when I feel like that, my period finna come on. But the other 20%, it just be like something actually wrong. And I knew there was something wrong because for like 2 weeks, well, I'm a teacher, so I was practicing and trying to do better at not being late for work, and I was doing amazing. And I live a good little distance away from my job, right? So I have to like plan to leave ahead of time just to get there so that I can be on time, and then I have to plan for traffic, all that. You know how the whole shindig go. So like the past 2 weeks, I have been showing up to work just late as fuck. Also, sorry for my mouth. This is how I talk, and if you don't like it, you can get up out of here, okay? Thank you. I was showing up to work the past 3 weeks late, or like not really like late, but I would wait to the last minute in my bed till I had to get up for work. So it was like I will be arriving at work right at the time I'm supposed to be there, which is not on time, because you know what they say. To be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late, and to be late is unacceptable. So I will be right there on time, or I will be late. And one day it had caught up to me because I got stuck in traffic, and I was in traffic for like 30-40 minutes, and I didn't get to work till like 2 hours after I was supposed to be at work. So like, you know, it was a little cray. That's how I knew something was wrong, because that's how I was feeling. And even like my assistant principal, she loved her to the bone, but she could like tell something was wrong with me because she checked in with me, and she was like, what's been going on with you lately? And I was like, oh, nothing, like I'm just a little sleepy. And she was like, no, it's been like 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, it has been like 2 weeks. And this is all gonna tie together, and I am a yapper, so sorry, but like, get into the story time, okay? But at the time, those 2 weeks, within those 2-3 weeks that I was late and everything and just going through it, my kids was giving me the hardest time. So I wasn't even like feeling like I wanted to even go to work or be at work, because I'm going to work with some kids who ain't been listening, which was weird because in September they had a really good month. August was hell. I wanted to quit every day in August. September got a little bit better. They learned the routines, yada, yada, yada. And then October was like August times 10. And I was like, what the hell? Y'all getting a little goofy because Halloween coming up? Y'all need to get it together. Little did I know that was God trying to show me something, but I didn't see it until later on. So I noticed within that time frame that I was also having like conflicts in a lot of my relationships. So I was having work issues with two of my friends, and issues with my partner. Like I said, I knew something was wrong. I just didn't really know what was wrong or like what was the cause of it or what was going on. So, of course, it had an effect on my attitude. Like, of course, that's usually what happens. You know what I'm saying? So, I was just trying to push through, hoping I would get over the hump and get over the feelings and everything like that. But within all of that, I realized that I was the common denominator. So the way that I figured out that I was the common denominator in all of this was because my friend, one of the friends that I was having conflict with, had reached out to me via text message and sent me like a paragraph of how she was feeling about my actions recently. And I'm going to try to tell this story without telling details, because I'm not going to do that. And because I'm currently still going through it, so I'm definitely, and you know, monitoring spirits, all that shindig and shingdug. Basically, she was telling me about how I've been acting lately and how it was making her feel. So I'm reading the message, and of course, it's like triggering an emotional response. So the whole time I'm reading the message, I just came to the realization as I'm reading the message, like, Zaria, the problem is you, baby girl. The problem is you. So I'm reading the message, crying, because like at this point I have a chance of losing a person that's really close to me that I don't want to lose. But all of her reasons, if she didn't want to be my friend no more, were very valid, and I would definitely understand. So I'm reading her message, and then I go and put it in my notes so that I can make sure I get all my thoughts together and make sure I respond to everything that she said. Because the worst thing that you could do is listen to react or listen to respond instead of listening to hear the person. And I know how that feels because people do it to me quite often. After I read it, I took responsibility and I replied to her text message. Every detail that she brought up and that she addressed, I responded to every single detail. I didn't miss nothing. Like, I went section by section to make sure that I get every detail. I'm trying to let this concealer set a little bit, so we're just gonna be talking like this for a minute. Even though I wasn't proud of my actions, I took ownership and responsibility for my actions because there was no excuses for it. I could be like, oh, I was going through something, but everybody goes through something and life happens to everybody, and that's not an excuse to make people feel a certain way, even if you didn't intend to make them feel a certain way, even if you thought you was doing the right thing. We all fall short sometimes. It's okay. So I just owned up to what I was doing. So like, I'm apologizing, and then at the end of my message, I try to make amends, because honestly, when I was looking at it, the situation in hindsight, I was in the wrong with everything she was saying. And I was like, dang, like I'm reading it and I'm like, dang, Zari, that's what you was doing? Like, that's how you made her feel. So basically, it was kind of like how Raven be having her visions, but it was backwards, because, you know, Raven, she be having her visions to the future. It was like I was having my flashbacks and looking at it, the situation, but looking at it from her lens instead of looking at it of how I was looking at it in the moment, because I didn't catch it in the moment. So obviously, this had an impact on my relationships. It had an impact on my relationship with her, and it had an impact on my relationship with my damn self, okay? Because I was looking at myself like, what the hell, Zaria? Like, something is wrong with you. So like, I started to feel shameful of like what I did, and I just felt like a shitty person. I felt like a shitty friend, a terrible human being. I was just going down this streamline of negative freaking thoughts. Just all the things and all the negative self-talk that I shouldn't be doing, I was doing to myself. And it was just really hard, because people always be like, no, you shouldn't talk down on yourself, because see yourself the way God sees you. And really, if you talk down on yourself, you're made in God's image. So if you're talking down on yourself, you're talking down on God. And he made you. Like, imagine somebody creating you and forming you in your mother's womb before you was even born, knew you before you even born. And then you come out and you be like, oh, I hate how you made this. I hate this hair. Imagine that. How do you think that would make them feel? So, of course, I'm not making God feel good. I'm not making myself feel good. I couldn't even see myself the way that God sees me, because I just felt so damn bad. And, of course, the devil's probably eating it up, because that's what he wants. He wants you to doubt yourself, doubt your self-worth. And if he could get you to doubt your self-worth, he could probably get you to do a lot of things and get you to slip up and fall and trip up real quick. So, naturally, I started to, like, seek help through my partner and through another close friend that I had, to like kind of talk about the situation, not necessarily like the situation of what happened, but talk about the fact that I could potentially be losing a close friend, like so close to me that the girl is a sister. And like, we've argued before, but this is like much deeper. So it really wasn't the same. It was just really different. And it's good to like talk to those around you that, you know, can give you life advice and people that are in your life. But it's not always the healthiest option because everybody doesn't have the capacity to carry your problems and to carry their problems. And nobody is responsible for your happiness. You're responsible for your own happiness. You can't go to your partner and be mad because you're not happy. Your partner cannot make you happy. Only you can make you happy, and God can make you happy. And even with God, you still, baby, you still finna go through some things. So like, you just have to push through and make your own self happy by finding things and learning about yourself that make you happy. So I didn't want to like continue to just rely on my partner or rely on another friend because both of them had their own problems going on. I didn't want to add to that. They ain't got to take on my problem, take on my situation. That's for me to carry, my cross to carry. So ultimately, I decided to book a counseling session, which I have already done with the counselor who ghosted me 2 times in a row. But that's a story for another day, okay? Because that pissed me off too. And I'm probably going to tell her about that when I get on that doggone Zoom. I'm just going to put a little bit of this in the inside corner. This is a new concealer that I tried. And I think it's a self-setting concealer too, which I didn't know until after I bought it. I'm not going to put it all the way up there because this tear duct is going to mess it up anyway. So baby, I ain't worried about all that. So yeah, basically I started to realize the pattern of like my negative outcomes because not only was I like I said, I was having issues or not even really issues, but like complaints. I'll say that. I had a lot of complaints in the different relationships that I was in, whether it be work, yada, yada, whatever. I was complaining that the kids weren't doing what they were supposed to do, even though that was God trying to show me something, but I wasn't catching on until later on. I was complaining about my partner. I ain't gonna go into what I was complaining about, but I was complaining, okay? I was complaining about child life. Do y'all not complain about life sometimes? I wasn't really complaining about the friendship thing because, like I said, it kind of wasn't in my face until it was in my face. But anyway, I look back at my like actions in all of those areas, like how am I acting at work, how am I acting with my partner, how was I acting with my friend, and just evaluated what I was doing and then decided to take action to become a better me. Because I know we're always progressing, always growing and everything like that. But like, I just was like, I need to do a rebrand, not necessarily like, I don't know who I am. Once again, I've had an identity crisis before. I've posted about it on YouTube if you want to go see it. I was going through it. Okay, so I've had an identity crisis before, but this wasn't really like identity crisis. It was just like, okay, you need to tweak this about yourself. This is what you need to do this and you need to do that because this ain't it and this ain't you and this ain't working. Now, I also want to say that I do feel like this whole situation, the devil had his foot in play. That is not to say that I am not responsible for my actions, but I do think he had his foot in play because me and this person were doing things together that were working for the kingdom, and I don't think he liked that. And so, of course, he's going to try to do whatever he wants to do to separate us so that we could stop doing what we was doing for the kingdom. So basically, I'm like in this rebranding. This is a part of the rebranding, like one of the things I'm going to be doing for content. But I'm not just rebranding for content. I'm doing like just a personal freaking rebrand because I just am in need of one. Like, I need to grow from this situation and learn from this situation, whether me and her stay friends or me and her don't, because she hasn't responded to me, and that is okay. I have already come to terms with if we stay friends and if we don't. Of course, I hope that we do because I really do love her and she's more than a friend to me. Ooh, eye booger. Hold on. Whew. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, of course, I hope that she makes a decision to still be my friend. But like I said, I understand if she doesn't want to. At the end of the day, I've come to terms with it. I already said a prayer to the Lord. I said, let your will be done. So his will is going to be done. If he wants us to be friends, he'll let us stay friends. And if he don't want us to be friends in this season or for the rest of our lives, then he'll do that. And that's what I'm going to have to deal with. Like, I'm just going to have to deal with the consequences of my actions because that's what I did. And, bada boom, bada bing. And I can talk about this now because, baby, I done already, trust and believe me, I've already cried about it. I mean, crying is good. Get your feelings out, whatever. But, like, I'm going to have to move on with life either way. Either way, I'm going to have to move on with life. Baby, it is what it is. And then it ain't what it ain't. So I'm just getting ready to be a better me. That's why I'm, like, dreaming of the future me. Not even just dreaming. I'm writing down what the future me looks like. What she eats. What she thinks. What she does for work. What's her finances like? What's her spiritual life like? I'm doing all these things and I'm doing the work. So basically, all in all, I'm taking the action steps that I need to take to become a better person, to become a better version of me. Not going to change who I am, not the fundamentals of who I am, because it just was like a mistake that I made in the moment. Like, it's not truly who I am as a person. It's just a bad decision or a bad, I don't know, reaction that I had in the moment. And I just didn't realize it until she had brought it up to me. So, circling back to what I was mentioning at first, it's actually crazy because I feel like I told y'all, my kids was bad for like 2-3 weeks. And then like 1 week, they was just, this last week, baby, they've been very disrespectful. And that's the same week, this last week, that my friend messaged me telling me what she was telling me about how my actions made her feel. And that's the same thing I had been talking to my kids about. So that's why I was like, God really was using my kids to show me. He was using them as a mirror to be like, yeah, talk to your kids, give them this lesson, and you take the lesson as well, because you're doing things that's making somebody else feel a certain way and you don't even like realize that you're doing it. So I feel like that's why I kind of had those random weird 2-3 weeks of where my kids just acting like they didn't know what the heck was going on in my classroom. Like I ain't never taught them a rule or expectation. And my situation is the same thing that I told my kids. Because my kids always tell me, Miss Perkins, we love you, we love you, we love you. I told them, if you truly love me, you wouldn't treat me how you treated me right now. And like, I have to tell myself the same thing. Like, I do, it's not even I say, I do love this person, but it's like, that's not how you treat somebody that you love. And even though I didn't intend to really do that, I still made her feel a type of way, even if that wasn't my intention. And she has the right to move on with her life if she wants to, or whatever, with or without me in it. That's her right. Because if it were me, I probably would have did the same thing. That situation with my kids helped me like develop empathy about the situation. Not to say that I didn't have empathy, because of course I was empathetic and all of that. If when I'm reading a message, I'm sitting over here bawling, crying, could barely freaking type my response to the damn message. Of course I felt empathy and everything like that. It was just like I had more well-rounded empathy towards the situation, basically. Yeah, so I have no clue what I did with my lip products. And I had like just bought some new ones. This is ridiculous. Let's see if I can use this eyeshadow stick a little bit. We're just gonna use the eyeshadow stick. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, boo. So now after this whole situation, I'm like in a growth mindset, just ready to develop into a better me, like I've been saying. And I do feel like God is slowly but surely pushing me into like a season of isolation. But I'm cool with that. I'm not running from it. I'm more so embracing it and just trying to get through the fire, because I'm in the fire right now. But you know who else in the fire? The fourth man. It's me, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. It's 4 of us in there thing. I'm just trying to, push through it. Like I said, I've already cried over the situation. I've accepted both fates. But you know what they say? No rain, no flowers. No rain, no flowers. But yeah, that is what's really going on. And I don't know if any of y'all can relate. To be honest, I really didn't make this for y'all to relate to it. I just made this because, of course, this is what I'm relating to right now and what I'm literally going through right now. Like, this is a video while I'm in the storm, not when I'm out of it. But I just wanted to, I guess, share, be vulnerable, and give maybe an encouraging word that, if you're going through hell, don't stop. Just keep going till you get out. Okay? Don't stay down there. So that's currently what I'm doing, but trying to keep a good and positive mindset, because I was beating myself up for a good, 2 days. So this is the finished look, and thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, she got out there. What they be doing? They be like, no, they be like, she gotta. So today we're going to be talking about realizing that you're the problem. Because what is that? Did y'all see that floating in the air? I kind of just mix them all together because I sneeze. Good. My chest. God.
If somebody got a problem, we could meet up anywhere. Now go say so.
The Braxton Family Values. I miss that show. So now after all of this, I'm like in this. I need some damn lip gloss. Hold on, I need a little water. I'm parched. I can kind of tell that concealer self-sets, but I'm still going to set with powder. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. I do. Okay, what part I was on? I really didn't realize I was... Back get it like a crack get it. I'm back get it like a crack get it. I gotta stop singing that. People really be on these drugs and I just be over here making up jams that's not cool. But it's literally so catchy. I'm back at it like a addict. I'm back at it like a crack addict. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop.
Why would this song come on? That was
Good God. Reading. Hold on. I gotta look at these notes. This is why I take notes, because I would get all the way off task. All right. What part was I on? Good God. I was showing up too late. I was showing up too late. Right. Where's my notes at? Where are my notes at? I need my notes. Boom, 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 boom. I found them. Hold on. I got a booger in my eyeball. Yeah, hold on. Is the fan annoying? Let me hear it first. Turn the fan off. I had to make sure this mic was on, because if I had been recording this whole time and my mic went on, I would have been pissed. You ain't gotta say the words you mean what I'm thinking about. I just gotta say it about it. God, I love her. What? I love her. God, I love her. Hey, I love her. Wop. My bad.